Alright, so a few weeks ago, I did a video on how to build a raised garden bed. This is the first one. We've been thinking about it for many years, but we finally decided to jump in and do it. And I did a video about it. Turned out great. I'm so excited about it. Check the link up there if you want to see how I did it. But while I was doing this, I wanted to do a surprise for my wife. So while we were buying the materials and the plants for that garden bed, I told her to pick up some herbs because I had a surprise for her. And I think she thought I was going to do a little herb garden, just in the dirt somewhere. And what I did was we had an old pallet in the garage, and I wanted to build her an herb garden out of this pallet and surprise her. So one afternoon, she went to her mom's, and I put this together. Super easy, super inexpensive, and really fast. Actually, it probably took less than half an hour. I turned on some tunes and built it, but here's how I did it. So if you like it, please subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, and give me a positive comment below. I'll try to help with any questions. So for this project, what you'll need is some cheap landscape fabric. I got an entire roll, a staple gun, a pair of scissors, and some planting soil, and of course some herbs to plant in it, and a pallet. Now I happen to have one laying around, so that was pretty easy. But what you do is cut the landscape fabric just generally larger than what the hole is you're going to be putting it in. This is not a scientific experiment, right? It doesn't have to be exact. You're gonna trim everything up. So first off, I cut it long enough to cover both right and left sides, I guess, and then I cut it in half. Staple it across the back, and then shove it down where it's about as deep as the piece of wood is itself. And then on the left side and the right side, you're going to fold it and manipulate it, and then staple it in place, a little bit like wrapping a present at Christmas time. Then once you do the left side, then the right side, you're going to have some left over. You'll staple it across the top, and then trim everything up so that it fits. So after doing the first one, I continued with every single one of the openings on this pallet. As you can see here on the second level, I went ahead and stapled the fabric directly to the back wall, then kind of worked it around. Did all of them, and then once we looked at it, we realized what we wanted to do was pop off a couple of these boards and create two new openings, which I went ahead and did the same thing with putting the fabric in. We put in some planting mix, my wife put in her herb garden, and ta-da, we were done. And this is just starting to grow. One of the changes we'll make is right now it's just kind of leaning up against the grill. I think what we're probably going to do, we're not going to fasten it anywhere, maybe lean it up against the house. I think what I'm going to have to do is put in a couple of blocks as spacers and grab a couple of 1x2s and create legs for it so we can set it up kind of like a tripod somewhere. But I hope this helps. I hope you love it. And if you have any comments, any questions, please let me know below. Otherwise, please give us a thumbs up.